Today I have come up with a new story of King Vikram and Betal, and the title of the story is Unexpected Action. And the story goes like this. Dark was the night and weird was the atmosphere. It rained from time to time. Gusts of wind shook through the trees. Between thunderclaps and the moaning of jackals could be heard the eerie laughter of spirits. Flashes of lightning revealed fearsome faces. But King Vikramaditya did not swerve a bit. He climbed the ancient tree once again and brought down the corpse. However, as soon as he began crossing the desolate cremation ground with the corpse lying on his shoulder, the vampire that possessed the corpse spoke. O king, you seem to be making untiring efforts and without respite as if you wish to achieve something. I pity you. Instead of enjoying comfortable sleep on a cozy bed, you are still coming after me. You seem to have taken a vow. I admire you, but remember, other people may not help you as you expect them to. Sometimes they may work contrary to your expectations of them. You have the apt example of King Chitravarma. Listen to his story. The vampire then began his narration. Chitravarma was the king of Vichitrapuri. He was an able ruler. Within 2 years of his ascension, he earned a name and fame. At the outskirts of Vichitrapuri was a forest. There was a Kali temple which Chitravarma used to visit at least once a year. He would go alone without his entourage. One day, Chitravarma started for the temple. As he rode his horse, he heard the cries of a woman in distress. He rode fast to where he thought the cries had come from. What he saw there enraged him. A demon had caught hold of a tribal woman and was about to swallow her. He jumped down from the horse and rushed to the demon, drawing out his sword. You devil, he shouted at the demon. Are you wasting your strength on an ordinary woman? Come on, if you are courageous enough, why don't you try to swallow me? The demon looked at Chitravarma with a sneer. Oh, you puny little thing. Do you want to challenge me and get killed? You had better make yourself scarce. Chitravarma was furious. He approached the demon with the intention of hitting him with the sword. The demon then let go of the woman and turned to Chitravarma. You happen to be a human being. I am a demon. A fight can only be between equals. So I shall better reduce myself to the size of a human being. The demon suddenly took the human form. Chitravarma was left wondering for a few moments. Come on, let's wrestle with each other, said the man. The king dropped his sword and got ready to wrestle with the demon. He appeared not so much an adept at wrestling, while Chitravarma was proficient. The demon was not able to withstand the blows and hits which Chitravarma rained on him. He was soon tired and fell down. Chitravarma gave him a hefty hit on the chest. You are not only brave but strong. I admit defeat at your hands, said the demon before running away from the place. The tribal woman, who was anxiously watching the fight, now came and fell at the feet of Chitravarma. Oh, brave young man, my name is Singari. I am the only daughter of the tribal chief here. I had come to the forest to pluck flowers. It was then that this demon caught me. You came and saved me at the nick of the moment. I am yet to see anybody braver than you. Singari, adorned with flowers and bead ornaments, looked a beauty. Chitravarma was taken aback by her beauty. I am on my way to the Kali temple. You may go back home. As he walked up to his horse, Chitravarma saw that she was following him. Later, as he stood before the idol and worshipped Kali, Singari too entered the temple and offered prayers. The king thought that the women wished to say something to him. You appear to be eager to tell something. You may feel free to speak to me. I am King Chitravarma. Singari was surprised to know that she was in the presence of the king of the land, for she had very much wished to marry the young man who had saved her life. I am sorry. I didn't know you are the king. I took you for a warrior. That's why I came into the temple and prayed to the goddess that I may get you as my husband. It was now the turn of Chitravarma to be surprised. But before he could respond to her, a young man came there. Singari, you are here. I have been searching for you everywhere. Singari told him all that had happened and how she was rescued from the demon. He is the king of this land. The young man bowed to the king. By saving the life of Singari, you have helped me, O king. She is my cousin and I am expected to marry her. I love her very much. If the demon had swallowed her, I would have ended my life. There is no life for me without her. That's strange, remarked Chitravarma. So you do love her, but are you sure that she too loves you? A while ago, she was telling me that she loves me, he added smilingly. The young man went red on his face. What's this I hear, Singari? The tribal girl merely nodded her head. Both the young man and King Chitravarma fell silent for some time. All the while they looked at each other, wondering who would break the silence. Then the king spoke. There is only one way to solve the problem. I overpowered the demon in wrestling. I am yet to meet the challenge of a young man like you. If you defeat me, Singari will marry you. On the other hand, if I were to win, then she will have to marry me. Do you agree? Chitravarma looked at Singari and the young man. I agree, said the young man. Singari too nodded her assent. The bout started. For some time, both Chitravarma and the young man stood even. Later, it looked as though King was tiring himself while the young man still had a lot of stamina left. One strong blow from him and the king fell down unconscious. When he recovered, he got up and told Singari, I am accepting defeat. You may marry him and lead a happy life. He then mounted his horse and returned to his palace. After a few days, King Chitravarma celebrated his birthday. There were several contests, including wrestling. The tribal youth who married Singari overcame everybody. There was none to take up his challenge. King Chitravarma then decided to meet him in the ring. When Singari saw the king getting ready for a bout, she became anxious, though she was confident that her husband would be victorious once again. Didn't he defeat the king on an earlier occasion? He would certainly repeat his performance. She felt sure about the outcome of the fight. Unfortunately, she was wrong. Chitravarma had no difficulty in overpowering the tribal youth. The people who were watching the fight with bated breath rose as one man to cheer their king. The vampire concluded the story there and turned to King Vikramaditya. O king, was the king right in solving Singari's dilemma? He had really been attracted by the beauty of the tribal girl in the forest. He must have then contemplated possessing her. Why did he sacrifice himself for the sake of the young man when he came and professed his love for the girl? Isn't it true that he was able to defeat the demon so easily because he took the form of human being? Or wasn't it his jealousy towards the young man that provoked him to engage him in a fight in front of everybody? If you know the answers to my questions but prefer to remain silent, be warned that your head will be blown to pieces. Then the king Vikramaditya had ready answers to all the questions. We should not analyze each of Chitravarma's actions. Instead, we should look into his aim, his objective. Sometimes great people may act in a manner that confuses others. Apparently, their actions would create doubts in our minds. There might be provocation for their behavior. We might not know at that time what had prompted them to resort to such actions. There might also be occasions where they would not be able to reveal the truth. They might fear that the truth might result in adverse reaction. Sometimes you might have to hide the truth if you wish to achieve your objective. That only shows practicality and common sense. When Chitravarma saw the demon trying to swallow the tribal girl, he drew his sword to kill him. This proves that he was a warrior. The demon wished to fight with only someone his equal. That's why he changed into human form. It was only the tribal girl's beauty that drew the king to her. If he had really coveted her, he could have easily defeated the tribal youth who was courting her. He deliberately allowed him to win to dispel the idea from the woman's mind that he was a mighty warrior. However, he was later willing to defeat the young man in a fight in front of everybody. If he had allowed the youth to win instead, he would have gone about claiming that he could defeat even a king. That would have been an insult to any king. He wanted to prevent such a situation. When earlier he knew that the man really loved her, the king allowed him to defeat him and win her hand. But he wanted to prove that he was a better warrior and therefore fought with him when he had a chance and defeated him. All this is proof of Chitravarma's greatness. The vampire now realized that King Vikramaditya had outwitted him again. He flew back to the ancient tree, carrying the corpse with him. The king drew his sword and went after the vampire. This is the end of the story. Thank you.